Hi guys, it's Amanda. What was that? Oh, okay. I was like, what was that? Oh man. Hi guys, it's Amanda, your cutie of Carnage.
And I'm JESS KORESH, Mary Mary.
Here on Channel
Sundown.
Today we are going to be reviewing 2019's Mary.
Ooh, Mary. From 227.
Mary is directed by Michael Gough, and I hope I'm saying his name right. Gary Oldman plays the father, Emily Mortimer plays the mother, and Jennifer Esposito, am I saying it? Okay, plays the detective, trying to figure out what happened with this haunted boat fiasco. The movie starts off with Gary Oldman, the father, and his family, and he's basically looking at boats, and he's trying to find him a new boat. And he finds the boat, which name is Mary, which coincidentally is his little daughter's name, and he has a teenage daughter, and he trying to bring the family together to buy a boat. And of course, you know, there's drama within the marriage with him and his wife. He's trying to bring his family together by buying a boat. And he goes and he's supposed to be looking at this certain boat. Instead, he bumps into Mary and he sees Mary the boat. And he falls in love with it and gets it and everything. And of course, there's a little drama with him and his wife. She's like, I told you to get the other boat. And he's like, well, I wanted this one. Because
Mary's a real fixer-upper. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. So he brings his family together and decides to go on a trip and what have you on this boat of the Mary. Well, the thing about this boat is a lot of it's been previously owned. Like I said, it's a fixer-upper, and they kind of find out that this boat, whoever has used the boat on trips, the boat has returned, but the people have disappeared. Nobody has ever finished the voyage on the Mary. And you kind of go into the film, and things start getting weird, and of course the wife's like, we gotta stop, we gotta turn back, and he's like, no, we've gone too far, we're not turning back. And things happen with the daughters, and people start going crazy, and people start doing weird things, and it's kind of like those times where you're kind of like, oh, okay, well this is odd, and the one person is like, let's turn back, and the other person's like, no, we've gone too far. And, you know, of course, by the time they realize that they should turn back, it's too late.
Men never listen.
No, they don't.
She just turned back when his wife told him to.
Right? A lot of things happen in this film, and it's very haunted, ghost-like. And I'm not really a big fan of ghost films, but this is kind of like the film Gary Oldman. I was like, I have to see it because I love Gary Oldman. And it's been a while since I've really seen him in a horror film since Dracula. I'm pretty sure there's probably a few other horror films he's been in that I've seen, but of course when I think Gary Oldman I think of Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula. So yeah, the film kind of goes in that spooky ghost thing. So if you guys like ghost films, then this is a ghost film. So like I said, basically they find a boat, they get in the boat, they go and travel, weird things start happening, people start dying, people start going crazy, violence starts happening, and it's just really kind of like boom. But speaking of boom, we're going to go ahead and start with our pros of the film. And I'll go ahead and let Mr. Koresh start like usual on your pros of the film.
I only have one pro.
What's that?
It's got Gary Oldman in it. Yeah, my pro is that it's got Gary Oldman in it because he's an incredible actor and I love Gary Oldman.
There you go.
And I like boats.
Well, going on that, my pro is going to be, I liked the acting on what they had. Gary Oldman is really kind of like himself. And like I said when we were watching the film, I love it how like English actors are like perfect at American accents. But you get an American actor to do an English accent and they usually fail like tremendously. But yeah, the acting was a positive. I liked how they tried to do something different by making a ghost boat story, because nowadays it's all slasher films or creature films, what have you. So they're trying to go for something kind of different, and I really appreciated that. And the style, the look of it was really good. I liked the way it looked. I use that a lot. Like, it was very visually appealing. And Gary Oldman's a great actor.
I've got 2 words for you.
What?
Ghost ship.
Yeah, Ghost Ship. Yeah, that was funny because I seen Ghost Ship, and the reason I saw Ghost Ship because my mom bought it on DVD when I was younger because she thought it was just like a family-friendly ghost film. And we watched it, and my mom turned it off right in the beginning. She was like, "No, we're not watching this." And yeah.
She thought it was the sequel to Bill Cosby's Ghost Dad. Ghost Ship. I have it on VHS.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. Now, here we go on to our cons. And I have to say, I have a couple of cons. My first con is going to be there were too many. It was very cliche. It was so cliche, and like there was like instances where you're just kind of like, oh really? And it's like they're trying too hard to be like secretive and like trying to build on an atmosphere of like scary ghosts, and it just really kind of fell flat. It was very like just like I don't know how to explain it. It was very just flat.
Yeah.
And like through the film, like we're sitting there, we're kind of like it was just very flat. It was just very. The story felt very just. It was very like I was expecting more. Like even within the characters, like of course they're having marriage drama. You know, so and so cheated on so and so, and he got the boat together, kind of like heal the family atmosphere and stuff. And my second con is they jump on the evil child being possessed deal, and the scary children thing I think is done and like it's just overplayed, and it's just one of those things that like the story was just, and it just kept having things that were just like, okay, what now, and there was never a point where you're like, boom. There was never that. And I really expected it to be kind of like, oh, wow. But instead I was like, okay, alright, I guess, alright. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
kind of like there was...
No wow factor.
Yeah, there was nothing that really grabbed... Nothing ever grabbed me and made me be like, oh, like I was expecting it to. I was expecting it to be, you know, And the trailer, but the trailer made it seem even more like things were gonna like, But then again, I'm not a big ghost person. Like, I'm not really big into ghost films. So, but even then, like ghosts, like are ghost films that are able to grab you and kind of drag you in. But yeah, it didn't really have that for me. So that is my big con, is that like the story was just kind of like.
I'm also not a big fan of ghost stories or ghost movies, and plus I'm so sick of seeing that. Speaking of cliches, the cliched look of the woman and the other child. It's like, come on, let's come up with something else already, because we've seen that. I feel like I've seen that. I feel like it's the same character in every single one of these movies. I don't know. Think of something different. Come on.
The creepy,
the creepy, stringy haired, dirty faced, kind of looks like Reagan from The Exorcist look.
Or The Ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, Another con that I had is, like, I really think that there were a lot of cliche parts in the film, but I feel like they could have been played differently, and there were a lot of chances in the film. Like I said, I'm not going to go into spoilers, because I don't spoil things in non-spoiler reviews, but there was a bunch of things that could have been cliche, that could have went somewhere, that could have went there, and it didn't. It kind of just floated. Kind of just floated above water, and just kind of was just like, you know, It's there, it's there. And there's so many, like, turn points that kind of made me be like, okay, alright, like, this happened, and you're like, oh, are they dead? Are they dead? Oh, no, they're not. And I'm like, there's too many of those. There's too many of those, like, oh, they're dead? Oh, wait, no, they're back. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, after the third person, I'm like, okay, I understand. Like, I get it, okay. And then, like, you know, you saw something, you're like, oh, I bet it's so-and-so. And then there they are again. You're like, oh, of course, there they are. And it just, anyways.
It's an interesting concept because, I mean, you've got haunted houses and stuff, but when you take because it's not a huge boat, it's not like a, huge boat. It's kind of like a small boat. When you've got a small haunted boat, I feel like there's a lot more that you could have done with it, and it's an interesting story as opposed to, the same old haunted house thing that you've seen over, because you've got this really, you've got all these characters in this really confined space that, that's kind of scary on its own, because being in the middle of the water and being on this little ship and all that kind of stuff is scary on its own. But I just feel like this movie kind of sunk.
And another con of mine too is that, like, I feel like they explained things that didn't really have to be explained, but they didn't explain things that needed to be explained. It was very, like, up in the air, and it was kind of like, okay, they explained the story aspect of, no one ever making, the travels and stuff, but then they explained the girl, and I guess, I repeat this often, guys, I'm not going to go into details off this ball, but I feel like it overly explained things that didn't need to be, but then but because they explained these aspects of the film, they left these hanging, and it made no sense. It was kind of like, what? Huh? But this is this, so why is this? Oh no, it's mystical. I'm like, yeah, but you said this makes sense, so why does... Anyways, it was kind of just all over the place. And my main con, I'm going to say, is, of course, I'm not going to go into detail, but my main con was the ending. The ending was so... It was a cliche horror ending. Apparently, they're leading up to another film or something. Spoiler alert, guys, it has one of those endings. And it just kind of was like, I don't want to see more of this. I don't need to see more of this. And it just was kind of like, boom, like, oh, y'all, there's a twist. And you're like, no, wait, no.
I mean, what else could they say with this story?
I know, that's what I mean. Like, but you don't really grasp into the evil of, so because you're not really into it per se, when it happens, you're kind of like, okay, I don't, like, what am I caring about? So yeah, that made my cons. You guys notice I have more cons than pros about this. Here it is, our verdict. I guess I'll go first on my verdict. I was very disappointed in this film. I was very disappointed. I had high regards to this film. It's not the worst horror film. And you guys, excuse me, my oven's going off. Alright, the oven just stopped. Sorry, guys. But no, like, it didn't... I had high expectations for this film. And I was really looking forward to seeing it. Because I love, like I said, Gary Oldman, and the whole, idea of it was just very haunting. And there the oven goes again. Sorry, guys.
What I missed.
Alright, so we got the oven turned off. Sorry, guys, for the interruptions. We're so professional. Anyways.
We're so hungry.
I know, right? We had to take like I said, we had to take a lunch hour here at ChannelSundown. Anyways, I had high regards for the show. I really was looking forward to it. I heard about it, and I really wanted to see it, and I saw it, and I was very disappointed. It did not grab any attention. It was very, like, I actually had to stay awake during this. So yeah, I was very, yeah, it was what it was, and I was very disappointed. It's not the worst by far, I think, this year, but I was fairly disappointed in it. And feel like, yeah, I don't need to see a second one. Jesse, what do you think?
I did not enjoy this movie. It was pretty boring as far as I'm concerned. It was a total waste of Gary Oldman's talent, for one. I don't know why he would decide to be in this movie, because usually Gary Oldman he's one of the Gary Oldman's one of those actors like when he's in something, you usually know it's going to be good.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of surprised that he was in this. Maybe he was doing someone a favor or something. I don't know, but you never know. But yeah, I mean this.
Or maybe it was good on script and then it was edited. And,
Yeah, I don't know, but this movie didn't do anything for me. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. But like I said, I don't like ghost stuff. I mean, it just wasn't original, and I found it to be very boring and a waste of Gary Oldman's talents.
And there's a difference between like something being boring, like something being slow and telling a story, versus like being slow in the aspect of they're telling a story. But it was boring as they were walking around the boat, like, and you're just like, okay, it was that boring, that kind of boring, and God, anyways, so you didn't like it either, I didn't like it, so yeah, we both agree, we did not like this movie, at all, so, I mean, sorry if you guys liked it, I thought it was a waste, I'm glad that I got it at Redbox, versus paying the $8 on pay-per-view like I was going to. But yeah, this film was not worth it. And watch, everyone else probably is going to love this movie, and I'm going to be on this standpoint of being like, I didn't like it. But there's a reason, I guess, a lot of people haven't seen this movie. I was looking forward to it, like I said, I'm repeating myself. But yeah, no, this one was a miss. Totally.
Agreed.
Total miss. Anyways, guys, well, that concludes our review of Mary. Have you guys seen it? Do you guys like it? Do you think we're being too hard on it? Let us know. Comment below. Comment below and be like, I loved Mary.
I don't see that
happening. Yeah, well, hey, I won't judge. This is a non-judge.
Yeah, if you like
I'm wearing a Bowie shirt, so, I mean, that he got me. This used to fit him.
Hey, I'm working on it. You sank my battleship. I don't know what that's. That wouldn't be a miss. That would be a direct hit.
What?
Yeah, because
you sunk my battleship.
Yeah. Did you ever play Battleship?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. Comment below. Let us know, and do not forget that we seek approval. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Anyways, guys, sorry we didn't have much to say about this film, but it is what it is. Shit. But until next time, guys, till the next shitty ghost boat film. Bye.
I can't follow that up.
I don't even think you stood awake during the film, did you?
No.
You were like in and out. I had to like wake you up. And that's bad. That's bad when you fall asleep during the day watching a horror film. Like the day is going on, kids are playing outside, and this man is asleep. It's $1 for Redbox. But that's so funny. Yeah, the kids were outside screaming and stuff, and I'm sitting there looking at my couch, and I'm like watching the film, and I'm like, hey. Wake up, and he's like, oh.
I'm awake. Ghost boat.